A big problem for students when they are using a graph in science is determining where to put each of the labels. If you get your axis labels wrong, your graph is going to be totally inaccurate, then therefore your graph really is no longer important. So in general, we always say that our independent variable, I'm going to label that IV here. Okay, that is, remember, that's what is changing. And that's always going to go on your x-axis. Okay, and you remember your x-axis is on the bottom. Your dependent variable, if I can type right, is what you are measuring. All right, and that's going to be on your y-axis. I typically find that it's easier to find the dependent variable to find what you're measuring first. So going back to this example, if we're looking at time after eating and the glucose level of blood in person A and then person B, we look at what are we measuring? Are we really doing this experiment about trying to measure time, or are we trying to measure the level of glucose in the blood? In this situation, we are measuring the level of glucose in the blood. So your level of glucose that would be on your y-axis, and sorry, it's kind of cut off on the screen here. On our x-axis is what we're changing. We are changing what time frame we are looking at here. Based on what time frame I look at, my measurements will be different, right? So again, your independent variable is always what you're changing. In this situation, I'm changing what time I look at. So I'm looking at time and then in hours. Again, units are very, very important here. Going on to a different example, if I am looking at, in this situation, the number of days and versus the number of bacteria, this graph is pretty simple because it's pretty straightforward. I am measuring the number of bacteria and what I'm changing is the number of days. Okay. Doing one more. For this situation, remember we are, from our previous videos, this is a bar graph because we are comparing the type of water in relationship to the number of tadpoles produced. In this situation, we have no time, right? In line graphs, time is always on the bottom because it's defined as change over time. For this situation, again, we look at what we're measuring. Okay, are we measuring the type of water, or are we measuring the number of tadpoles? Okay, it should be fairly obvious that in this situation, we are measuring the number of tadpoles, right? Again, that is your dependent variable. And then on the bottom, we're looking at the type of water. Very, very important to make sure you guys get your axis labels correct. Otherwise, your graph will have to be redone because it's not accurate.